how far back that 48 is now. He's all the way back to 24th spot right now. He slipped up there and lost a ton of spots.
He lost 4 on the last straightaway coming out of turn 3.
Yeah, he was caught down on that inside in turn 1 again.
He's going to have to be very patient right now because he could ruin his whole day if he doesn't, stay out of trouble right here. It's a dangerous spot.
Something wrong, guys. I don't know what it is, but they're blowing by me on the straightaways.
Oh, that's not good news.
4. Take a look at your volts, please. Switch your MSD box. Coming hard.
Yeah, he's losing ground on the straightaway now. Yeah, he's got a problem.
Bring it down here. We'll take a look at the plug wires and stuff.
Yeah, he's coming in.
And we showed the graphic earlier where when Tony was back in 30th spot, Jimmy was up in second. They were, 76 points apart? Right now it's back to 256.
Getting ready to blow the motor right now.
And Jimmy feels he's got an internal problem with the engine. The driver's usually right.
Pressure and all that. Let's sit here and idle fine to run fine. Come on.
Sure sounds
kind of like they found a plug wire off right there.
It sounds good right now.
Yeah, I think they found a plug wire. That can happen here. That rubber that builds up on the track sometimes will fly up and knock a plug wire off.
Man, I've never been that lucky.
The simplest thing it could be, it was for Jimmy Johnson.
Here's how he may get out in front of the leader.
I think he's going to.
He'll have a chance. Casey Kane's coming pretty hard.
But he's got a fast enough car. Yeah, he's going to stay out in front of Casey Kane right here.
If they've got it fixed.
Up to speed. Yeah, if it's fixed. That's correct.
Now at the back of Jimmy's car, they're looking back at Casey Kane, and now Jimmy looks like he is pulling away now from Casey Kane.
Yeah, it sounds like it's up to full song now.
Jimmy Johnson's troubles may be continuing. He just got passed by the leader, the 9 car of Casey Kane.
Still got a problem of some kind. The car runs great off the corner, most of the way about halfway down the straightaway, and then at the end of the straightaway, they start losing a lot of RPMs, a lot of speed. What's going on with that 48?
Well, they did not find a plug wire off, you guys. That's what the team has just told me. But Jimmy Johnson did come on the radio and say he thinks that maybe something in the carburetor. So right now there's just a lot of confusion down here in the 48 camp. Everyone just waiting to see what's going to happen with that car.
And here is the caution now that Jimmy Johnson needs. They need to get in here and look at this car. So this is definitely going to help Jimmy Johnson and Chad Canals figure it out.
What's the protocol?
Everything, man. You're going to go in there and look at all the plug wires. They're going to probably change. We heard them say something about changing the distributor cap and the wires. That'll change that whole ignition system as far as the, the plug wire system. They have to get this air cleaner off. You're going to look at the carburetor. You see them looking through there. Make sure they don't have like a booster or some part of the carburetor that's coming apart.
Because it all seems to be in the top end. It's the end of the straightaway from about halfway down that they start losing that. It just doesn't seem the RPMs climb from there.
And Jimmy said it's intermittent.
Lots of time.
They're keeping up with the leader. This is a good opportunity to get some time to work on this thing.
RPM, one of the cylinders goes out, if not 2.
It sounds pretty good right there with no load on it. It doesn't look like they're going to change the distributor cap and wires. They're checking the boosters. There's boosters inside that carburetor that where all the fuel is metered through, and they're checking those things to make sure there's nothing loose or clogged up.
Even with those gloves that those guys have on in the fire station, that's still extremely hot working around in that area.
It is. Well, the carburetor itself is fairly cool, but you start getting below that manifold, and everything is hot. I mean, come close to those headers, it'll blister you in a second.
Mark the header tubes. Did you guys mark the header tubes? All right, come on.
Okay, they're just going to get back out on the track now and try not to lose another lap, come back in and work on it. You can see they kept the air cleaner in their hands there. They'll put it back on next stop.
Jimmy Johnson back in the pits, and now they have changed the carburetor on the 48 car. There's the one they just took off. They put the fresh carburetor on it, put some gas in it, fired it up. The leader's now off between turns 2 and 3.
That's the wonderful thing about running on a track this size is you got a lot of time under caution to do a lot of work. You see they've changed the carburetor, put the air cleaner back on, and they still have time to change tires. The pace car is just now in turn 3. They'll have time to get around here and get all 4 tires on. They're not going to try it, that doesn't look like. Got to get the hood down. They'll come back and get the left sides.
Go.
There's the leaders coming off of 3, so Jimmy will be able to ease his way down pit road and stay just 2 laps down, not lose any more time.
That team did a great job of managing time, getting that car in and getting the air cleaner off, going back out Coming back around, changing the carburetor. Chad Knaus is doing a great job with this team, trying to figure this problem out and stay in the contention here.
There's Jimmie Johnson back in.
Yeah, he's only going to be 1 lap down now. If we have another quick caution, we have no other cars that are on the racetrack that are any laps down. So as they continue to work on this thing.
Spark plugs are next for the 48 car. The car is still not doing what Jimmie Johnson wants it to do. So Chad Knaus said, come on down. We got a free pass, so we're back on just 1 lap down. But they are going to start changing some spark plugs under the hood.
You see they got a tray right there on the front of the radiator where they have the spark plugs, all the tools to change it. They're very prepared for this. See how many they can change during this stop.
So they've changed the carburetor. They changed 1 plug wire. Now they're going to change the spark plugs and see if they can somehow diagnose the problem with Jimmie Johnson.